se. I'm talking about the relative value of foreign currencies, foreign markets versus the US. And well, if you look at the last 15 years, in relative value terms, US stock markets and the dollar have trounced anything around the world. So the reallocation, again, in relative value, not in absolute terms, but in relative value, I think is a lot more to go.
Yeah, a really important distinction. Alfonso, thank you so much for spending your time with us this morning. That is Alfonso Picatiello of Macro Compass. All right, let's get back to one of our top stories this morning. Pope Francis has died at the age of 88 at his residence at the Vatican's Casa Santa Marta. He had been hospitalized in Rome in mid-February with bronchitis, which progressed to pneumonia in both lungs, the last in a litany of respiratory and other medical challenges he had faced. On Sunday, he had met with U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance. Joining us now is Bloomberg's Donato Paolo Mancini from Rome. Donato, great to see you this morning. What is the latest?
Well, good morning. Thank you so much for having me. So as you say, the Pope passed away this morning. The Vatican made a statement about an hour and a half ago saying he passed away at 7:35 this morning. He died in the Vatican. He had been hospitalized for about 5 weeks and was discharged last month after a complicated set of infections, which included bilateral pneumonia. The Pope had been kind of kept away from public engagements, but had returned to some of them. And as you rightly said, he met with U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance yesterday for a very brief private visit. And so tributes are starting to pour in, essentially, for the passing of Francis, who was 88.